So, what was the first record you actually recorded as Jim Jones?
Damn, I can't remember the name of the record, but I remember I recorded this record in Baseline the year that Philly had the All-Star game, All-Star weekend in Philly. Maybe that might have been 03.
Right.
Yeah, maybe like 03, Philly did that shit. I recorded that Baseline. I remember a nigga had owed me some money, so I decided not to go to the All-Star shit. Stayed in Baseline, did the record, ended up doing a fire record. The nigga ended up calling me that owed me my money. Ended up being able to get the money. I got my money and I drove straight to Philly and I'm playing that record the whole time. When I got there, played Cannon on the record in the parking lot. Cam was like, well, let's get it, nigga. It ain't nothing to talk about. But what people don't know is I rapped on every one of Cam's album all the way up until my first album. From his first album to any Cam album you heard, I was on all of them. So, you know.
Right.
Oh shit! I met Stacks in front of Babalu's. That was the name of the club, right next to Diddy's club, Diddy's studio. Stacks had on blue fur coat. Ran up on me like, "Yeah, G's, what's up, G's?" They called me Stacks. I didn't know who the kid was at the time. I ain't put the 2 and 2 to the kid that be freestyling on the radio and all that. And I was like, "Yo, Stacks," and he was like, "Yeah, I fuck with Clue. There's a storm." I was like, "You fuck with Clue? Tell Clue you spoke to me. He put you on." And I guess I don't know if it rubbed him the wrong way at that time, but I see it wasn't the answer that he had wanted at that time, and it's not thinking nothing of it. And say a couple weeks and start hearing it and this music, and I'm like, damn, that's that same kid that I seen, and he started going off, and then more and more you see about him, and then I'm just studying what's going on. He said he sounded There's a Storm, a Clue, and just watching it. I'm like, they ain't really. I'm like, yo, he got a deal. Like, what you got going on? And I got a chance to pull him up. Came to the studio. I told him I had opportunity to. I got an opportunity for you, but and not to put you on the spot. But if you're gonna take it, you gotta take it before you leave the studio. He said, I took it.
Took it right then and there. How did you deal with the devastation of his loss, bro? Because we all felt that shit. You were very close.
I'm still dealing with it. I still deal with it a lot. It's hard for me to listen to Stack music. It's hard for me to look at Stack's pictures. Like, it's hard. Word, like that was one soul that I got to really get next to, and it's such a dope soul, bro. Like, for the time that we had and all the places we got to go, and he got to go on tour with me, and it's like, word, I miss my boy a lot.
Yeah.
Stacks was nice. And the funny thing is, he'd be on the tour with me, and Chinx was call his phone. He put Chinx on the phone with me. Like, yo, my man, Chinx, come on, we get busy too. Like, I'm telling you, G's, like, word, like, he loved the shit out of Chinx. Every time he would call while we was on tour, that was all he was talking about was Chinx and shit like that, man. So it's sad to see how that shit all panned out, man. Like, this is bizarre. Life is, you can't explain it sometimes. I mean, you gotta continue to progress. I mean, life is not gonna stop for you, you know?
Right. No.
In the midst of everything that goes on in life, it still ain't gonna stop for you.
Right. Now I want to rewind the clock a little bit. You guys went and signed to Rockefeller Records.
Yeah.
And at that time, the industry was highly competitive. You had G Unit, you had J, you had all kind of people out at that time.
Yeah, Murder Unit, Murder Inc. It was a lot.
It was highly competitive. It ain't like today, by no means. How were you guys able to stay on top during that period and be so influential?
We was different, and we knew we was different.
Right. The way y'all dressed, shit y'all talked about, the cars y'all pushed.
We from Harlem. I ain't really got too much long answers, bro. Like,
yeah, I know.
We from Harlem. This shit just come different. You already know. Like, it ain't. I can't even explain it, man. But now let me stop.
You know what I mean? Shit right
yeah, it definitely was a hell of a competitive era. But one thing we did have, we had the talent. That was first and foremost. Cam had the talent.
Right.
Cam knew how to fucking rap his fucking ass off.
Right.
You heard? He was ahead of his time in the time that he was in, and I can't say that. And that talent is what we took and led us to everything else. But it was too much. It was too much, bro. We had a lot of things moving in our favor at the time when it was moving. And as the world was changing, we was changing the world.
Literally and figuratively.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We was right in the midst of everything turning, from how people dressed to how, you know what I mean? It's a lot, you know what I mean? But to stay on top in that time, you definitely had to put a lot of work in. You gotta had to be prepared for everything. You know what I mean? And you had to be at the right place at the right time. It was who you know, not what you know.
Right.
We paid a lot of dues. It wasn't the easiest journey, but the journey was well worth it.
Right.
You dig? Looking back, now you saying it's not the easiest journey, but while you in it, it was one of the journeys that you wanted to be in.
Right.
You loved every minute of it. You heard? Like every level you got to, it was like another championship you won. It was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like you got on a Source magazine. Oh my God, it was the first time you heard yourself on the rig. Like every level was a different championship, and that's what really kept me in the game. Like I knew it's a lot of levels to attain in this shit, and we started climbing them bitches up. It's a bit of both. We got a hell of a relationship with Drizzy and them. We did. Like shouts to Chubb, shouts to the whole OVO family. Shouts to my man TV Gucci. Yeah. Shouts to Future the Prince, man. He got a real solid team over there and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like he's having that relationship for a lot of years, but he's coming to New York. Chubb's through alley-oop, like, yo, we gonna be in New York, you know, we gotta do it right. I'm like, yeah, we gotta do it right. And they put it together and was like, nah, we want you to come out and co-host for the shows that we had for the couple of days at the Apollo. It was very, very dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was dead, bro.
It's a historic type shit, especially in Apollo, us coming from Harlem and shit like that.
Right.
How big Drake is, so tip my hat to them always for that.
Yep. You know, you had a viral interview with Funk Master Flex some years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you were very vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's good. That's good to see for us black men.
Yeah.
Right? When there's a certain level of vulnerability we're willing to share, because we always putting on this tough exterior. You know what I'm saying? To block everything off from the world. How were you able to come out of situations like financial and get back to it? Like, all right, today we ain't gonna be able to wear Louis this month. What's up, boy? How you feeling? I ain't see you in a minute, man. I ain't see you since we was in the tubes together, bro. That was what, 2007 or something.
I'm glad that was a long time ago.
Yeah, man, it's over now, nigga. We're going back, yo. Shout out to you, man. So going through these things financially, right? One month you like, yo, all right, we got Louis, we got this, we got everything we need, and the next month we don't. How do you get back?
I mean, I'm a hustler. I grew up around hustlers.
Right.
I mean, I grew up around hustlers. Yes, I grew up around drug dealers too, but there's a big difference between a hustler and a drug dealer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you learn that, but by the grace of God, I was able to overcome all the obstacles that was thrown at me. I still go through my adversities and my ups and my downs, but financially, I put myself back in a position where I didn't have to worry about too much anymore. And I'm not gonna say I did it by myself, but it took a lot of my energy getting up off my own too and pulling up my own bootstraps to get to where I'm at right now. And a strong support system who believe in what I could do. And I love those people to death, and they know who I'm talking about. You heard? Like, you dig? There's nothing none of us could do by ourselves and shit like that. But the effort that we put in is the effort that other people gonna put in when they believe in the journey and shit like that. You dig? But I mean, from Harlem, man.
That's it. That's all you got to say, homie.
Grew up from a block away from no fear, man. I watched these niggas get it from nothing, bro. You dig? And I mean, really from nothing, bro. I mean, I seen people relentless to this day that still outside doing their numbers and shit like that and doing what they need to do to make a dollar. So how could I have all these opportunities in front of me and not figure out a way how to make money? And you know, I'm talking about legal money. I mean, this game is a fucking oasis of nothing but money, and as creative you could be, as much money as you could make and shit like that. So
Gotcha.
Sitting back, figuring it out. You better figure it out. You heard?
Better figure it out.
Spin a yard with me. Ha. Brooklyn, champion. This for all my niggas locked down, you heard? Check it out. Play humble for a minute, you bitches, but now I'm finished. Any incidentals, my niggas leaving you with the dentist. Flossing for these bitches, got most of you cat fetish. On the hook for real, got you curled up like a stridip. I had to pivot the mission, cause I was tripping. Doing too much for niggas just to get attention. My self-esteem had me thinking the wrong dreams. July 31st, Mustafa was born, bitch, I'm a king. You lying, king, you ain't never put in pain. Spun a yard, clapped a nigga for calling you out your name. Been in cuffs, roughed up, COs kicking your face. On a draft, 4 bags, maneuvering through the state. Kasaki, Elmira, Marcy, in mid-state. Rest in peace, Robert Brooks, we all feeling your pain. Never been on the dance floor, seeing your mama ache. Tears streaming down a pretty face, only the real relate. Spin the yard, nigga.